guys, so I'm here for something really exciting, and that is going to be the mid-year book freakout. This is the third year I have filmed this video. I am excited. Everything's happening. I've read 52 books so far this year, which I'm very happy about. Like, I think that's a good amount, and it's half my goal for half the year, so I'm very proud of where I'm up to, and I've read a lot of great books, a few shit ones, but I'm ready to get into this tag. It's always so much fun. So first question is the best book you've read so far this year, and I have to say Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. Like, this book still sits with me, and I'm still haven't read the sequels. The week after I finished this, I was too scared to go into it because I just didn't know where it was going to go, because this book broke me in the best way possible. But I'm just so sad after reading this that I can't even go on, but like I will eventually. But I definitely just, this book spoke to me, and it really, like, when I read Akamath last year, I was just like dead inside until I got this book. Like, every other book I read since Akamath has been great, but it's like this book really lifted me out of this like feeling and slumpiness of Akamath. So definitely my favorite thing I've read. I loved the story so much. It's a beautiful, beautiful book, and I can't, and it's so beautiful and precious, and I loved it so much. Number 2 is best sequel you've read so far this year, and obviously Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. I was a bit disappointed with Akawar, so it can't be my favorite, but this book blew everything out of the park, and I hate with a passion that I have to wait 2 years for the sequel. Like, we're still gonna get 2 other Cassandra Clare books in that time, but it's like, give me the rest of this story, because I need to know what is happening. Like, I am so upset with how this book ended, but I'm also so happy about all the relationships and all the plot, and everything that's just like occurred and developed in this book was done so well, and I just enjoyed it profusely. But I'm just so scared for everything that's gonna happen in the next book, and I hate how long I have to wait. But definitely best sequel I've read. Number 3 is new release you haven't read yet but want to, and I'm gonna say Carve the Mark by Veronica Roth. I didn't read this book when it came out just because of all the controversy, and I was scared to read it and to know how I feel about it, so I kind of kept pushing it off. But I'm gonna read it very soon. Like, I need to read it. It's one of my anticipated reads. I'm gonna read it and form my own opinions. Like, yes, I know about the controversy of everything in this book, but I was just very scared and hesitant to read it, and that's why I haven't read it yet, even though it came out like 6 months ago. I haven't read it yet, but I really, really want to, and I hope to. Like, after I read my current book, I will read this one, hopefully. Number 4 is most anticipated release for the second half of the year. I've got so many, and I always answer differently every time I get asked this, so I'm just gonna say Because You Love to Hate Me, which is the anthology by Amarili is how, I can't say her name, but I'm so excited, and I've seen the finished copy now, and I can't wait to see all the stories, and the fact that it speaks to me, because it's booktubers giving authors story ideas, and it's just going to be so cool. So I'm really anticipating this book, even though it comes out like in 2 weeks. It's killing me to wait. Number 5 on my list is Biggest Disappointment, and everyone probably knows about this one now, and that is A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. It's the only book this year that I've given 2 stars to, well, including the sequel, which I gave 2 stars to. So every other book that I've read has been a 3 or 4 or 5-star book. So this statistically is the worst book that I've read this year. It's just, I was hyped so much for this book because everyone's like, yay, it's so great and it's a great story about magic, and I went into it and it's boring. I don't care about the plot. I don't care about the characters really. Like, really the only thing I want to know about is the outcome of how the characters get through everything, but it's like the plot is what's killing me. So I have A Conjuring of Light, and I just haven't read it yet because it's like 600 pages that will probably drag and be boring, and I will hate it. But it's like, I want to find out what's happened. Like, that's the thing with me, is it's like, that's why I want to finish books. It's like, if you don't like them, a lot of people won't keep reading, but it's like, I just need to know if it will get better, or if it will pick up, or if this will happen. So it's kind of just the most boring. It's just so annoying because it's like, I have to read a lot. Like, there's so many books on my TBR that I've given myself too much to do, so it's kind of like having to read the 3rd book in this series is just really on the back burner for me, and I don't know when it's going to happen, but I just was seriously disappointed with this. Number 6 on my list is Biggest Surprise, and I'm gonna say Stranger Dreamer by Laini Taylor, because when I first heard about this book, the synopsis confused me so much. I had no idea what this book was about, and then I started reading the book and I still had no idea, and then it just clicked, and I was like, mate, this is the coolest thing I've ever read. I did dock it 1 star just because it was so confusing that I just, like, at no point did I really understand what I was reading, and it was a bit of a slow read, but seriously, it surprised me so much just how much I fell in love with it so quickly after, like, literally from one page to the next. I was like, oh, this is the best thing I've ever read in my life. It's just the plot and the characters and the story were done so well. It's too complicated for my liking in books, but definitely my biggest surprise of the year. Number 7 is favourite new author, and I'm going to say Jennifer E. Smith, just because her contemporaries are adorable. I've only read the one, but I do want to buy the rest of them and read them and have a lot of fun. But she writes really fast-paced, quick and interesting contemporaries that have a really good messages to them and just characters that are very well written. She's like my new Casey West. Like, I still love Casey West so much, but like Jennifer E. Smith and Casey West are like right up there with each other, and I'm like, yes, ready for the contemporaries. Number 8 is newest fictional crush, and I'm going to say Warden from the Bone season by Samantha Shannon. He is the ideal male that I love in reading. It's about that guy that's all mysterious and serious and not happy ever, who has this young girl come into his life, and that girl gets them to fall in love with them and has them wrapped around their finger, and these guys become big softies who just want to protect their boo. It's just my life. Every book that I get, I hope for this, and most of the time I get this amazing relationship with the characters, and I'm just like, yes. But Warden though, he has really stood out to me as a great one, and I need to keep reading on with the series. Like, I have the Mime Order, and then I don't know how I'm going to buy the rest of them because they had the cover changes, and now all the books are out of sync and everything's going wrong, and my OCD is not working well with these cover changes. But I can read the Mime Order to see where the story's going to go, which I am excited for. Number 9 is favourite new character, and I'm going to say Mariko from Flame in the Mist by Renee Ahdieh. She is so smart and strong and fun, and I just loved her. She really spoke to me on a level, just for the fact that it's like, you don't have to be physically strong, but if you have the mental capacity to get yourself out of situations, you can do it. Like, you don't have to be like a warrior on the outside, but you can be on the inside, and I'm lazy as hell, so it spoke to me well because I can't do anything, and I feel like I have a bit of that mental capacity, but probably not much. But she just really spoke to me, and she was really inspirational in a way, and I just had so much fun reading about her. Number 10 is book that made you cry. Well, I have no emotion, so no book made me cry, and there wasn't any that I read that were really severely sad. Except probably this one. It killed me, this ending. I was not okay. Guys, be prepared that you will die. I don't even cry, but I was dying. Number 11 is book that made you happy, and I'm going to say Queens of Geek. I just broke it. Oh my god. Queens of Geek by Jen Wild. I loved this. It was so beautiful and fun and great, and it just gives me that real sense of the geeky love in my heart, and I'm just like, yee! I just loved it so much. It was so good. Like, literally so much went into this book, and it's so small, right? Small book to make me feel so much love for these characters, and there's so much diversity and just the plot and just everything. It just made me so happy reading this from cover to cover. Number 12 is most beautiful book you've bought or received so far this year, and that is Strange Dreamer by Laini Taylor. Like, I mean, can you not even, like, I will fight you. This book is beautiful. Like, at first I didn't think it was going to be that great, but like, literally it is so beautiful. But my favorite thing about it is literally this front page that I can't even get, because it's got the Laini Taylor signature. It's totally printed on, but it's just so beautiful. But just those blue pages. I'm so happy I bought this early enough that they got the like first edition, because now the hardcover doesn't have the blue pages, so I was just like, yes, lucky and for the win. Question number 13 is what books do you need to read by the end of the year? And my answer is the same as last year's tag, and that is all of them. I have so many, like I have 250 books on my TBR, and there's books that I don't even own that I need to read, so it's kind of like, where do I even start? Like, you know, this shelf here is all the books that I want to sort of read. Like, most of them are the hardcovers, but I do want to read them, so that's where I start. I just kind of work my way along, and when I buy new books or when something else comes up, it just goes in the start of the pile. So that's just how my life is with all that. So yeah, I have too much to do and no time. And number 14 is favourite book community member, but I'm going to change it to book members, because there's 4 people that I want to shout out that I love, and they're all great. They're all my friends on Instagram, but one of them does have a booktube, so you guys will go check out their Instagrams and check them out and just be their friends, because these people are awesome. The first person I'd like to shout out is Bex from Bexnbooks. She is on booktube and YouTube. She has great content on her YouTube. I love watching her videos, but she's also such a lovely person on Instagram, and that's where I met her, and then we've like found each other's YouTube channels, and we've been doing videos together. Like, we did the book buddy-a-thon, which was a lot of fun, and we had a lot of videos like like working around each other, but we always have a lot of fun, have great conversations, and she's just so lovely. Like, she is just like one of the loveliest people I've met, and I just always have fun seeing her. Then I've got Millie from Millielovesbooks, and she's on Instagram. She is someone that I've like recently found, but it's like a recent 6 months ago probably, and she is the loveliest person I've ever met. I always have great conversations with her. She always responds to my stories on Instagram, and we always talk about books that we love, and we comment on each other's photos and always like and have a lot of fun. So she's just that person that's always there that I'm like, yeah, my friend is always going to be here for me. And I'm going to shout out my book club buddies here, because when I was doing my Winter Song book review, they came to my attention that I never mentioned the names of the people that I'm book buddying with, because we have our own little book club now that it's just us three, and we just, each month we're going to read a book and discuss it between us and have a lot of fun. So here is that shout out that I should have done, guys, so it's here. So firstly, I'd like to shout out Jacqueline from the Puffle Huffle Kitten. It's so hard because you go to say Hufflepuff, but it's Pufflehuff. It's too hard, but she is adorable. She always messages me. We're in different time zones here. They're in the UK and I'm in Australia, so we always can we either can talk in the morning or night time, and it's the opposite for us, but it's always fun. She's always commenting and talking to me, and we always talk about the books we love, and she's, again, just a really lovely person and always pays me nice compliments, and I'm always like, thank you so much, and we have a lot of fun reading and discussing together, so she's great. And I've also got my friend Sarah from Book.Craft, and she is just so much fun. Like, I've only known her from doing the book group, but we have a lot of good conversations. We always have the same feelings for the, we had the same feelings for Winter Song, and that was really fun to have to have someone who feels the same way you do and not having a lot of mixed opinions. But it's good to know that you have someone that's reading tastes are very similar to yours, and the same with Jacqueline. We have the three of us, I feel, will have similar reading tastes, because we've been actually finding it very easy to pick the books for our book club, and I just always have fun with these girls and talking to them. But yes, definitely check out their photos, their Instagrams, their everything, their stories. They're just lovely people, and I always have a lot of fun with them. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed my mid-year book freak out. I always love doing this. It's so much fun. But yeah, anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.